Now, these things are things that are pretty cool, but they're not long enough to get their own video. So first, I wanted to teach you how to get this. I have multiple colors on the same shape, and it's kind of weird. Like, how do you do that? Gradients don't really help you with that because, well, gradients just get you a little blend. So how do you get three separate distinct colors? Well, actually, we're still going to use the gradient. So let's say you have a square. This is the simplest one. Let's color it with a custom gradient. To make it easier to tell which way the gradient's facing, let's make these black, this white, and now we can easily tell it's up to down. So what we want is something diagonal, like that. And here we have the gradient. That's the right direction, but if you look at it, it's just a blend. How do you get distinct colors? Well, if you want to do that, you'll have to add some gradient stops. Now let's make this the same color. It's the wrong one. Let's make this also the same color. There we go. Now, everything between this white slider and this white slider are completely white. It's just complete white because it's a gradient from white to white. There is no transition. And same thing with this. So that's how you get two colors. But if you want three, it gets a bit more complicated. Add more, add more. So when you want a gradient to have a completely solid color, what you have to do is get two sliders of the same color so that there's no transition. So everything between here and here is blue, and everything between here and here is black. So once you have two sliders for every color, you can finally get something that looks like this. Now, what happens if we take a shape like this one over here, get that, and we give it that gradient color? Oh, because it's only partial square, it gets cut off, so we don't get any of the white. So what we have to do is get it something along the lines of that. Now, how do we do that? Well, since it's part of the square, you have to find the part of the square that it is. So for our purposes, it's around here is the shape that we have. So we have to move all of it into this little section. And that's how you get multiple colors. Now, that's all fine and dandy, but there's still this ugly line right here in between these two shapes. How do we get rid of that? Well, the simple tutorial would be just to teach you how to get rid of lines, specific lines that you don't want. Let's say we wanted a complex shape, like a square and, I don't know, let's say a circle. Just because. Let's move it here. That looks cool. Not really. So we have this and we have this, but I want it to be one shape, like that. So how do we do this? Well, copy, paste. And here's a fun fact. If you copy and paste something, move it up twice, left twice, it'll be in the exact place where you copied it from. And let's make this border black, just to be differential. Let's make the pixels twice. Send it to the back. And now we have this. Now we have an extra thick border, and we have this, we still have this unwanted line. So what we can do is take this, make the border transparent, take this, make this border transparent, and boom, we have the outline line that we wanted, and there's none of that yucky in between. You only have to make this one transparent in this example, but for other examples, if you were to bring it to the front, and you didn't make it, you would see this border instead. So it's easiest just to make them both have transparent borders.